What is inner stillness and how can I find it? I'm fascinated by different states of consciousness, and I find that inner stillness really does kind of feel like a different state of consciousness. So today we're going to kind of talk about what inner stillness is, and I'm going to give you guys some ideas on how you could find this inner stillness within yourselves. Being able to find inner stillness and cultivating inner stillness within has really helped me with my own mental health, which is why I'm sharing this with you guys today in hopes that it could help you as well. So when I find myself kind of going back to old habits, or my OCD or my anxiety is kind of flaring up, then being able to take the time to kind of cultivate this inner stillness is really helpful at kind of bringing me back down and getting myself in a better mind space and just a better space in general. Being able to go to this place of inner stillness really kind of helps you to get out of your own way, because a lot of times we're the ones that are blocking ourselves from experiencing more positive emotions or moving in the direction that we want. And finding inner stillness is a way that we can get out of our own way and be able to create the things that we want. If I had to define inner stillness for you guys, it is honestly a difficult term to describe because it's really a state of feeling that you find within yourself. It's kind of like samadhi in yoga. I don't know, any yogis might hear that, but people say that's a really difficult state of mind to describe. Inner stillness is kind of difficult as well, but I'm going to do my best. Inner stillness is the point in meditation where your mind becomes so still that you no longer have thoughts running through it, although you're still awake and alert. At this point, you're observing the mind and body and realize that you have control over both. When you're in this state of inner stillness, you don't notice the external world and are completely absorbed in the internal world. Often at this point, you'll feel a deep sense of connection. In this point, you're able to tap into your subconscious mind, which is where deep healing and true change can occur. When you come out of this state, you feel incredibly refreshed and a deep sense of love for life. So this definition is what I've experienced from finding inner stillness myself, and I kind of break it up into two parts. So what I just described to you is what I describe as true inner stillness, which really you can only find when you're sitting in meditation. But I do think that there's kind of another part of this where I call it the qualities of inner stillness, which I do think you can kind of cultivate through other activities, which we will talk about a little bit later in this video. If you're wondering why true inner stillness, which is my own term, but why you can only find this during meditation, it's because to find this complete quietness of the mind, you really need the body and the mind to be completely still. So while other activities can help to quiet your thoughts, to find complete silence in the mind, you do need to meditate. So meditation is going to guide your mind towards this stillness. For most of us, it'll take time sitting in meditation to achieve inner stillness, but with consistency and practice, you can find it faster, which I've experienced personally. Like, it used to take me a long time to sit and meditate before I would get to this state, and now it definitely happens a lot faster, but it does vary day to day, which anyone who does meditate out there will know that every time you sit for meditation, it's a different experience. The more you can find this true inner stillness within your meditation, the more that you're going to be able to bring the qualities of inner stillness into your everyday life. So qualities of inner stillness are going to be the times in your life where you feel like you're truly present in the moment and you feel a sense of peace, calm, and connection. There's not one specific way that you need to meditate to cultivate this inner stillness. It's really personal preference and what works best for you. For me personally, recently, pretty much I just listen to relaxing music, close my eyes, and I'll focus my attention on my third eye or my crown region, and that really helps me to achieve this inner stillness. After I do this, I do like to do something that's a little bit more grounding, which I have a whole video that talks about ways that you can get grounded, so I'll put a link to that in the description down below. But in terms of meditation, it's really up to you and what you find works best for you. A suggestion that I know a lot of people do find works really well is a mantra meditation. So mantra is basically when you're repeating a phrase over and over again. You could do this in English or you could do this in Sanskrit, which is the language of yoga, and it's really up to you what mantra you're using. Also, you could say the mantras aloud or you could say them in your head, and it's really up to you. Again, that's personal preference. But this is really a great way to guide you to inner stillness because it allows your mind to focus on one thing and allows you to start to let go of attachments to anything external. When you are practicing mantra, sometimes you'll feel that point of inner stillness take over, and at this point then you can release the mantra and sit in this state of complete calm, surrender, and peace. In my free 7-day yoga experience, I do have one practice that is a mantra meditation, and it's in Sanskrit. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link to that in the description down below as well. So if you feel like you're just not ready to jump into a meditation practice right now, or you feel like you are meditating but you're having trouble getting to the state of inner stillness, then I suggest doing activities that are going to cultivate those qualities of inner stillness like we talked about before. And those qualities are being truly in the present moment, feeling a sense of calm, feeling a sense of peace, and feeling a sense of connection. To cultivate these qualities of inner stillness, there's definitely many things that you can do. And again, this could be personal preference, but I'll give you some suggestions on where you could get started. Being out in nature is always a wonderful way to cultivate these types of qualities that are associated with inner stillness. So often, so many of us are moving at such a fast pace, always moving around, always trying to get things done. And being out in nature really helps us to slow down our pace. And when we slow down our pace, it's going to help us to relax the body and the mind. Remember, to reach this state of inner stillness, we need to slow down and observe. In true inner stillness, you are the observer of the mind and the body. So by observing nature and being out in nature, you're kind of teaching yourself to be the observer. So this is a really great way, like I said, to cultivate the qualities of inner stillness. Another suggestion I have for you to cultivate the qualities of inner stillness is to do a physical-based yoga practice, so something more like vinyasa yoga. Often we think of doing this type of yoga practice as just a form of exercise, but it can go way deeper than this. Doing a vinyasa practice is actually really helping your energy to flow in a healthy manner and to kind of help any stuck energy get moving. If your energy is stuck or stagnant in any areas of the body, it is going to be difficult to find inner stillness because you do need a healthy flow of energy. So doing a physical-based yoga practice is a really great way to work on your energy and to allow the energy to flow. Doing a physical yoga practice, a vinyasa yoga practice, can work on what is called tapas. So tapas are the part of yoga where we burn away impurities as well as where we're working on our discipline. So you can tap into tapas in other ways other than movement, but vinyasa is a really wonderful way to do this. Working on discipline in your yoga practice and in essence burning away impurities with your yoga poses that build more heat in the body, so like your planks or your warrior poses, can really help to kind of get rid of whatever is blocking you from achieving inner stillness. This is why some people find it much easier to meditate after they do a physical yoga practice, because that practice is really preparing the body and the mind for relaxation. So those are just some ideas that you can use to start to work toward cultivating inner stillness within yourself, because it is a really healing state of consciousness to be able to achieve, and it's really beautiful, honestly, when you do achieve it as well. And I would love for all of you to be able to experience this. And just know that any type of inner stillness that you're able to cultivate is going to be beneficial. It doesn't have to be my exact definition that I've provided for you in this video. Part of bringing a yoga practice into your everyday life is finding out what these terms mean to you. It's not like there's just one definition of inner stillness. So ask yourself, what would inner stillness feel like for me, and how can I get there? If you don't know the answer right now, that's okay too. Part of the journey is giving yourself the time and the space to figure this out. And just know that we all have the ability to create the state of inner stillness within ourselves. It's not limited to people who are super yogis or anything like that. Anyone can really cultivate the state of inner stillness within themselves. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, I'll put some links in the description down below on anything that I think will help you to cultivate this inner stillness and to find this within yourself. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right below me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.